Alright, we're back with game 2 of Random Number Generator versus Tip and the Tipables. I'm Kane Wolf, alongside Primus, my color caster here. How are you doing, Primus? How was that game 1?
I'm doing pretty well, just watching the glories of TSM and watching my own little solo queue style games going on here. We did see Tip and the Tipables take game 1 despite a rough start. Quite a significant performance from C9 Ray, Ayami, aka C9 Ray, played very, very well on the Graves pick, going 12 and 4. Going to be interesting to see if that pick gets taken away from him in the ban phase.
Yeah, right now we're just waiting for the bans to come through. I think Blue Side didn't ban someone. Looks like Tip and Tipables didn't ban anyone. So
maybe they lost bans due to the delay or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. They might have like had a hold or something. Like you know what I'm talking about, the if you're picking a replacement or whatever.
Yeah.
So like last game. So looks like an Oriana ban coming through for Tip and the Tipables.
Was banned last game as well, along with the Corky ban. So definitely a reoccurring theme in terms of bans, but
yeah, and Gangplank, same thing on Random Number Generator side. Looks like they're banning out that top lane Gangplank again. So it looks like almost a repeat of last game. Hopefully this time. Oh, they do ban the Graves instead, however. Looks like they're gonna ban Graves in retaliation for what happened last game.
Well, I sure hope so, because Mr. Ray looked very strong on that Graves pick. Definitely something I want to see banned against him in the future.
Yeah, and it looks like Ray's gonna be jumping on to Kha'Zix instead then.
Definitely a lot less safety in the Kha'Zix pick. Because unlike Graves, where you can kind of dodge around the fight, like Kha'Zix, once you're in unless you're getting that reset.
Yeah, Roy gonna be picking up that Maokai while Jin is gonna go to I'm Dyslexic. So looks like we have our top and bot lane, or at least AD carry set on.
So the Jin is swapping sides, going over to red side this game. So no Jin for Zexent on the ADC role, who did play quite well on the Jin in the last game. Going to be interesting to see how I'm Dyslexic does on that pick, because he was one of the bright spots for Random Number Generator in game 1. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does on Jin in this game.
Yeah, and it looks like that Poppy is gonna go in for Octomage. So it looks like they're kind of just swapping champs here, left and right.
Well, it won't be completely swaps this Graves ban.
Yeah. Ray locking in the Ezreal, so I'm guessing that's a replacement, unless that's gonna be Zaxent playing Ezreal. Ezreal right now not particularly meta.
He's negligibly meta. He's one of the tier of ADCs behind the big two of Jin and Varus.
Right.
Because there's like him, Misfortune, Caitlyn are kind of in that group immediately below the big two. So he's not completely out of the meta. He's just not a big priority pick currently.
Right, and looks like Karma and Elise going on to Random Number Generator. I'm guessing they're gonna swap out a couple choices there. I think that's the reason why they give up a ban, as far as I'm aware, anyway. But so far, what teams look like are gonna be Kha'Zix, Ezreal, and Poppy on Tip and Tipables. Meanwhile, Random Generator. Random Number Generator. Yeah, words are hard, I know. Random Number Generator gonna go with Maokai, Jin, Karma, Elise, and Jace. Locked in for Tip and Tipables was Akali and Zyra.
So another high skill cap champion going into the mid lane for Schlid. Not entirely sure on how that's going to work out for him, but it is another good lane matchup. Jace does very well into Akali pre-6, but Akali post-6 is always a very tough task to deal with in that lane.
Yeah, the thing is, though, with random number generators comp, from what I can tell at least, Jhin, Jace, Karma is going to be a pretty good poke team. They can poke out quite a bit of damage, throwing out all their damage. Should be pretty solid. Meanwhile,
assuming they could set up on a tower and do so.
Right. On the other hand, Tip and Tipables looks like they have
straight team fight composition, essentially.
pretty much, yeah, a team fight composition.
With the fallback option of a 1-3-1, because I'm assuming we're going to see the teleport once again for Tipable in the mid lane.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be running teleport, Poppy teleport as usual. Jace running that exhaust, so Schlid
just to discourage the all-in a little bit,
yeah.
Albeit it's not quite as good into Akali, just because she can just kind of wait it out and then go in with another Shadow Dash.
Yeah, so with this, we will be looking at the spectator delay, but meanwhile, we'll be running down through the roster here. On blue side is going to be Tip and the Tipables, trying to get that equalizing game, with Octomage playing top lane in the Poppy. Ray, C9 Ray is going to be playing Kha'Zix in jungle. Tipable back again on the Akali. Zaxcent on Ezreal, and Swipe More playing Zyra. Meanwhile, on red side, it's going to be Maokai on Roik. I'm sorry, Roik on Maokai. That's kind of backwards. This LeBlanc again playing the Elise. Schlid playing Jace. I'm dyslexic with Jhin, and Hupalicious with Karma. So, with that said, what do you think is going to be the case for the win conditions for Tip and the Tipables? Or, I'm sorry, random number generator.
They need to set up at objectives, whether it's turrets or neutral objectives, and use their Jace, Jhin, Karma to set up poke and just avoid team fighting, because they will lose 5v5 team fights.
Yeah, Tip and Tipables kind of gonna, I think, have a real good time again. They are number one. If you're just joining us, they are first place in the league currently, with a game ahead on the third place team, random number generator. So that being said, are you expecting to see Ray perform as well again, this time on Kha'Zix, as he did last game with Graves?
Yes and no. Because the issue with Kha'Zix is it's always risky, because it's so reliant upon you getting going in the early game. Because as Kha'Zix, like, if you start behind, it becomes significantly difficult for you to effectively go in the enemy team, because you don't quite have that same playmaking potential as something like an Elise, as a Graves.
Right. So what do you think about who's gonna win this game? Do you think that
I think it's gonna be Tip and the Tipables again. My issue with poke comps in this elo is it's very difficult to set them up properly, because if you ever slack on your ward coverage, you are just going to get destroyed, because the enemy tanks are just going to dive your backline, and then you just lose.
Right. Well, looks like we only have a couple seconds left on the delay, and we will be loading in just shortly. Let's see here. And we are going to be loaded in. So, game 2 coming up for Ascension eSports Dragon League. Tip and Tipables on blue side, playing against Random Number Generator on red side. We will be back in just a moment. This is Kane Wolf here with Primus, and we'll be back to cast the rest of this series. And go ahead. And let's see here. We are back with game 2 of Random Number Generator versus Tipables. As we're loading in, it looks like we're gonna have no issues this time with anyone connecting, thankfully. Last game, Tipable had an issue there coming in, so this time we should be just fine, barring any disconnections for the game.
Which I would prefer we did not have.
Oh, definitely. I don't know if you watched LCS last week, but for those of you who did, if you remember the long pause that C9 had against FlyQuest with the whole chrono break thing.
Yeah,
that was pretty interesting.
Next level stuff right there.
Right. It felt like we were in the Matrix there for a second. I don't know about you, but that was definitely an interesting highlight to last week's matches. This week, pretty solid as well, I would say.
Yeah, I mean we have C9 versus TSM. What more could you want in LCS week? But going to see the more LCS start with the jungler for Tip and the Tipables starting. Especially with the Maokai starting the Raptor camp is quite easy. We're seeing a lot of LCS junglers actually starting Raptor camp because you get level 2 really easily off of it with all that early XP. But if you don't have early AoE clear, it's really difficult for you to do it, even with smiting it.
Yeah, Maokai, pretty good top laner right now in the current meta. Tanky, nigh unkillable almost. Being able to leash pretty nicely for your jungler as well, throwing the saplings out is a very nice benefit to playing Maokai top. For those of you who want to play top lane right now and have no experience, play Maokai. Good choice. I'm sure you would, as a Poppy main, say to play Poppy, but I'm gonna have to say that Maokai is a better choice.
A lot easier to screw up. Is a lot harder to screw up than Poppy, though.
That's true. That's very true.
Though Octamade's not effectively using the buckler because something you want to do is activate your corrupting potion whenever you have your passive up, because your buckler procs that, and it's just free extra damage you can get onto them for basically just an auto, especially when you're already chunked.
And Ray coming in from behind to gank Roik. Roik and manages to flash away. So burning flash for a gank top lane, successful, pretty successful gank by Ray to give a slight advantage to Octo.
Yeah, I don't think Octo had heroic charge available to try to set anything up there. No leap coming in. Smart by Ray to hold on to that, just in case that Twisted Advance came out, because we saw what happened last game.
Oh, definitely.
Diving the Maokai.
Yeah, good advice to generally follow. Try not to dive the Maokai. Pretty tough to kill, no matter what. Maokai
Especially
being
Maokai.
Right. So far, looks like there's gonna be an invade coming out of Ray, but nothing there. But this LeBlanc trying to chase Tipable, almost gets the kill, gets the first blood, and Ray is stunned, but manages to flash and kill this LeBlanc again in retaliation for getting the kill on Tipable. Meanwhile, Octomage taking quite a bit of damage out of Roik with the twisting advance, and
Ray's just wasting time here. He should be looking to invade the jungle of this LeBlanc again, because that's something that higher healer junglers will always do. Whenever they kill the enemy jungler, they immediately go to their jungle and steal camps. Put them farther behind, punish them for their deaths, which is something that you lower elo junglers can definitely look to use. As again, Octo tilting me, not using his corrupting potion, albeit he has no charges.
He has no charges. He has no charges. You can't blame him for that one. Come on.
I still blame him anyway, albeit it may not be correct.
This LeBlanc again getting invaded there by Ray, and Ray is gonna chase down and probably kill this LeBlanc again with the red buff. Gonna try and escape. Does manage to escape with the help of I'm Dyslexic healing this LeBlanc again, and so not bad. I think that was fairly well played. Could have given up the blue buff and a death to Ray, but
you're already behind though.
Right, that's true. That's true. That's very true. Meanwhile, Zaxxent poking out Dyslexic pretty well, has a health advantage and a biscuit advantage as well, actually. But I'm Dyslexic is farming slightly better, and with the wave crashing into him, he's in favor. But he's gonna back early, I believe. Looks like he's gonna back, and so is Helplicious to pick up the early.
No, he's got enough for his serrated Dirk.
Yeah, so far not too much action, a little bit here and there. Tipable going in very deep, right in the tower range, and almost gets chunked to half health.
Yeah, he doesn't have parts of his Gunblade yet, but he is up 8 CS in what is a losing lane matchup. So credit to Tipable on that.
Yeah, Schlitz I feel like should be poking a little bit more with the acceleration gate shock blast combo.
He doesn't even need to go for that. He just needs the auto.
That's true.
And then use hypercharge.
That's true.
That's all he has to do. Like, no need to waste your mana. Unless you're certain you're going to land it.
Alright, this LeBlanc again is going to look for a gank here in mid. Tipable is...
he's not using his exhaust.
Yeah, Schlid kind of wasted that opportunity to get the kill, but unfortunately Tipable trying to go in and trade at least 1-for-1 does not get the trade, and Schlid gets the kill, saving his exhaust, so hey, kind of an upside, I guess. Meanwhile, Dyslexic freezing the lane in the middle, unless he's disconnected. No, he's not. I was kidding. That's true.
He's trying to freeze it.
He's trying to freeze it. Roik is severely under farming compared to Poppy. Looks like a 43-28 lead for Octomage there.
Yeah, Octomage.
Oops, lost you for a second. Alright, we might have potentially... We might have an issue with Primus there. He seems to be disconnected, so I will hold off on my own for now and try to make this entertaining for you guys. A little bit of poke going on there. Buckler does land on Roik, but meanwhile in mid, Tipable and Schlitt going at it again. Tipable hopefully he's gonna make something happen in his favor this time, but it looks like Tipable is gonna potentially consider a roam there. Sitting in that river bush on bot side, but decides not to. Goes back. And engages on Slid, dashes in, throws down the Twilight Shroud to kind of hide himself, and manages to poke Slid a little bit there. Slid does heal up a little bit quickly, and manages to get away with plenty of health to spare. And Roik getting stunned by the Hero Charge by Octomage. Pretty low. Still does have a charge on Corrupting Potion, and he does use it. So Roik no longer has any Corrupting Potion charges left, so he will be left to his own natural health regen at this point. I'm Dyslexic getting caught by the Zyra. Ult comes out of Zaxxent and manages to get the kill thanks to Sightmore throwing down the ult and knocks up, and the double kill going on to Zaxxent. So game 2 looking to be in favor of I'm Dyslexic, or I'm sorry, not dyslexic. Tipping the Tipables again as Octomage manages to escape from this LeBlanc again, roaming top to gank. Roik and this LeBlanc again, potentially going to get dove by, and Octomage goes in with the heroic charge. Tipable coming in to get the kill on Roik, but look, this LeBlanc again turns this around for a double kill on to Octomage and Tipable. So right now the gold is in favor of Tipable still. They did get the first blood, but right now.
Can you hear me now?
We're back. We're back in business. He's back. Primus is back, folks.
Yeah. I don't know what the dealio was.
Well,
it was just I think it was TeamSpeak or my mic acting up. I don't know. It was weird.
That was definitely weird, but you're back, and that's all that matters. Welcome back to the show.
And cause I'm back into the room.
All right, and it looks like the teleport comes down from Octomage to try and get the. And I'm Dyslexic gets hit by that hero charge, running quite low. The ult coming out of Octomage, but Karma shields. I'm Dyslexic gets killed off before he can finish channeling Curtain Call, fully channeling it to get any shots off. What an unfortunate. True Shot Barrage just murdering I'm Dyslexic left and right. Second time in a row.
Yeah, there was a bit of anti-synergy as Octomage did use his Keeper's Verdict at the same time. Swipemore went for the Grasping Roots, so the
Ray trying to jump onto.
Had that not happened, but
Ray trying to make a play here does get hit by this Lunkian, but Roik is isolated, and Ray gets the kill. So Tipables off to a pretty good start, I have to say. Tipable looking and smelling blood, but he's gonna just take his. Let them take the one kill and get out of here. Ray thinking about making something happen, but almost gets caught by this LeBlanc again. But this LeBlanc again goes in trying to get the kill on Ray. Shock Blast coming out of Schlid and does kill Ray. So 1-for-1 trade in that bot river. Meanwhile, Octomage doing work on the top tower, trying to get something in return. As much as he can.
Well, he is up 40 CS, so he's significantly ahead in this top lane.
Well, never hurts to snowball your lead, right? And Sightmore throws out the ult to try and catch. I'm Dyslexic, but unfortunately can't land anything as the planes just shoot and die. So, as it stands, gold lead is about 2,000, 2,300 now for Tipables.
No, why did you go away from the mid lane all in? Why?
Schlid is gonna possibly die. Oh, Tipable not doing enough there, but they're gonna get their. Looks like random number generator is gonna get their pants caught down, as Ray is gonna just solo the dragon, and that's Ocean Drake number 1
Just
going to Tipables.
As I said, just Cossack things.
Right, Roy trying to clear out the wave, and he does.
Yeah, just gonna be a lot of wave clearing back and forth. The mid lane fight was extremely close, but no flash on the Jace means it's very risky for him to push out anywhere out from under his tower. Even under his tower, he would be at threat.
Yeah, so looking at the items right now, so far what's completed is the... Oh, and this block again coming in for Octomage, but gets knocked away. Poppy's Hammer of Justice. Just ruining their fun. Don't you hate it? Well, you love it because you're a Poppy main.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what you're talking about. Poppy's totally a balanced champion. I mean, 14% max health damage on an ability? That seems like a great idea.
Makes me wonder if someone will ever build full lethality Poppy and just like try to murder someone.
I actually have a mastery page for Poppy with 15 lethality on it.
Oh boy. Tell me the wonders, please.
Basically what you do, I pick that into when they pick a very squishy top laner, i.e. a Rumble, Riven, or an Aurelia, because I know my early game's gonna be crap against them anyway, but if I ever get a good fight with them and I can get a heroic charge into the wall, I do so much damage to the face, it makes you want to cry, and Tipable will eventually die.
No, unfortunately, I'm dyslexic missing the shots there. But I'm this LeBlanc again
Never
does go in
We'll
with
get
the
a
flash.
targeted ability. We can't miss those, right?
No, you can't. That's why playing champions with no skill shots is real easy. And Zaxxent trying to kill I'm Dyslexic, who has no mana, but Hupalicious is there to get him away.
No.
Deny the fun. Deny the fun for...
You get no fun. It is not allowed.
Roik is gonna just clear out that top wave, but the teleport comes in from Octomage to push him back, and oh no, that's Tippable. I'm sorry.
That's actually Tippable.
So Tippable is gonna go for that top lane fight against Roik. I'm not sure what the point is of that. I guess maybe giving the farm over to.
Well, the Maokai has no MR.
Yeah,
so...
but I mean, even then, I feel like Maokai is still pretty tanky for Tippable to try and potentially kill, as we see here.
Yeah,
Roik.
but if he runs himself boom, it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's very true.
Like, that's the thing about Maokai, is you still need mana.
And Tippable going in again for poke on Roik. Shadow dashing and Twilight Shrouding away.
Nice Shock Blast acceleration get combo there.
Yeah, Schlid actually performing pretty decently, and Tippable does get the kill. Shadow dashes in onto Roik and finishes off that last bit of health under the tower. And looks like top tower is probably gonna go down with that wave, unless Schlid can. Nope. Next, looks like Tippable is gonna get caught by that shock blast by Schlid, and Schlid's gonna save that top tower from the clutches.
For now.
Tip and Tippable. For now. Well, nothing ever stays alive forever unless
Except
you're completely.
For Maokai.
Yeah, pretty much. Meanwhile, Zaxxant and
Or
I'm dyslexic.
Or season 4 Shyvana. For those who know what I'm talking about, Dyrus' Shyvana, where he just went full tank and had the most kills of the game.
Octomage
And didn't die.
trying to get the kill onto I'm dyslexic, but does not manage
No
to.
landed, so no true shot barrage available to try to snipe out excuse me, Hopalicious on the backside.
Tipable
Ooh,
catching Schlid
probably.
unaware, no wards in that area. Flashes over the wall to try and
Good
get away,
flash,
and managed to get away.
But that is a flash down.
That is a flash down, but Schlid can't get away. Tipable is gonna get that kill, shadow dashing straight to him, and Octomage knocking everyone away from the jungle. No jungle for you.
This is our jungle now.
Pretty much, that's what they've said. They've already taken down two outer turrets, with the top tower tier 1 being very, very low, with probably 2 waves crashing into it. It's probably just going to go down on its own, but Octomage is going to rotate top, and
Try to secure that tower because there is a teleport available, but I don't think you want to waste your teleport as Tipable's just going around and killing everyone.
yeah, meanwhile, Earth Dragon is up, Earth Drake being up right now. I feel like they should be going for that. Tip and Tipables pretty much have free reign of that bot side.
Unfortunately, Octo can't ignore tower because he's not that tanky yet.
Not yet, but it is pretty low, and I feel like Octomage is gonna get that eventually.
Yeah,
For
because
Carol,
is going full armor against Maokai, so Maokai's just actually destroying him in these trades. Because he's 0 MR build.
so Schlid is gonna come in, does get the accelerated gate enhanced shock blast out to kill Swipe more, but they can't get the dragon, they can't steal it. This LeBlanc again, too low to make anything happen. Misses the shot and the web shot, and Zaxxant just shooting it right at where he lands. Tipable does get killed off 3v1 by Hupalicious, Schlid, and Voik. And they're just Octomage heroic dash straight onto Schlid, but not enough. Schlid misses the acceleration gate enhanced shock blast, and does manage to survive though. So he's got that going for him, and he's got 2 farm ahead. He's two CS ahead of Tipable, so he wins.
Well, he's 4-1 and 2, so I mean it's not like he's playing bad on the days.
No, he's not. Actually, like I said, probably right now their best performing player. Random number generator have a chance of potentially winning if Tipables don't manage to execute their game plan and get poked out by Schlid, and I'm dyslexic, so we'll have to see. But in the meanwhile, this LeBlanc again is gonna just
you know,
have
roam
to.
around the jungle, try to scavenge up some farm.
It's gonna be pretty hard to do so though at this point.
Nice cocoon though does stop the possibility of eating a lot of damage from this Kha'Zix, who actually is going Ravenous Hydra.
Yeah, Ray is gonna smite that blue buff so that he secures it, and Roik is gonna rush in, but gets knocked away. Poppy doing Poppy things as usual, ruining everyone's fun.
I don't call it ruining everyone else's fun. It's called enjoying your own brand of fun, which is everyone else's fun. That's your job.
Zaxxant trying to keep Octomage alive there. Does get the kill onto LeBlanc again with the E blinking in. Roik is low, and so is Schlid. Ray going in very deep with Tipable as his backup. Tipable does manage to clean up the kill as Ray dies to turret aggro, and they get the ace. So Tip and Tipables in the fairly solid lead this time. Very commanding lead compared to last game. Up by 10k
9K
gold.
gold of 22 minutes. They're not going to be able to. They should be. They might be able to get the turret here. I don't
think so. I don't think they might if they kill. Yep. Yep, with Zyra being the CC monster that she is, manages to land grasping roots onto. I'm dyslexic. Not respecting that 3v1 there, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're playing just way too far up on the side of I'm dyslexic, just not respecting. He's 1v3. He should just be under tower. He's not something like an Ezreal or a Lucian where you have mobility, so you can afford to play a little bit on the edge. You are a Jhin. You have no mobility.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Octomage goes bot and does end up getting that last outer turret. So all that's left for random number generator once again is gonna be the inhibitor turrets and inhibitors. They've been pushed back and they pretty much have no control over their map. If you look at the warding on the map, there's barely any wards out because you know they've just been pushed out by Tipables. So it's gonna be a pretty tough game for them to come back. I don't think they're gonna come back. But
anything is possible because you have an Ezreal who's building a Ghost Blade. So.
That is very true. Anything is possible, but
albeit I have seen it before. It's not a fantastic item.
Alright, Roy getting caught by Ray and Tipable. Tipable gonna try and catch up to him. Roy doing plenty of damage, but unfortunately Maokai not late game just yet. Can't tank all that damage just yet.
I mean,
Ray,
you can try, you're just not gonna succeed.
Right, well, I mean, Schlid getting caught by Zaxxent, misses, trying to go for the kill on Ray, but not enough damage, and gets caught by Zaxxent, and just dead. Schlid's just dead. That's all there is to it right now.
Is people are dying really quickly, and inhibitor will eventually go down. Maybe not quite on this push, but relatively soon.
This bump again is caught. Curtain Call does come out from I'm Dyslexic trying to get something to happen, but Octomage interrupting it with the knockback on ult, sending him back to his fountain.
Yeah, meanwhile, Zach is the 8-0-1 on Ezreal. You know, no big deal.
Oh, Ezreal. How I hate
Such
you sometimes.
A fun champion, boys.
Schlid does hit his accent with the acceleration gate shot blast combo. Does poke him out quite a bit, but unfortunately, not enough.
There's not enough lethality yet for those to be meaningful chunks anymore because he went Ghost Bleed into Hex Shrinker. He's now building a Black Cleaver, so he just doesn't have the lethality that he needs at this stage of the game in order to keep up with the natural armor that they're getting on the side of tipping the Tipables.
Yeah, so speaking of which, the Schlid is building a tier. Very confusing. I don't think tier is very not as common as it used to be.
Well, he was forced back early, and if you're forced back early, going the tier build is fine because like there's not a lot else you can do build-wise other than just picking up 2 longswords.
Right.
Well, it's not the best meta build right now. It's not terrible.
Well, going very deep, getting caught by that tower shot. Does manage to pull off turret aggro and kill off I'm Dyslexic. But unfortunately is gonna get caught by Schlid and Publicious, but that doesn't matter as Tipables going to the Baron. Smart play. Deciding to distract everyone else with the death of Tipable.
So easy Baron call for the side of Tipables, who have shown why they are the top team in the league. They have very clean macro shot calling. Their build pass still a little questionable. Like not building MR into Maokai. I still cringe about that. Even if you're not building the full MR item, still getting the early MR is always a better decision because that gives you lane priority.
Honestly, I feel like, yeah, honestly, the Spirit Visage probably would have been a better first item, because if you look at...
You don't need the full Spirit, though. You only need Spectres in that matchup, and then go into your Sunfire.
Yeah, but considering
That's
that
the
they...
optimal build.
But considering that they have Maokai, they have a Elise, and a Karma, plenty of magic damage is coming through. So even if...
There was an Elise there.
And Tipable manages to delete Crystal Block again. Schlid also getting caught by Ray, but Ray just can't catch up. And
Ray used his jump too early and wasn't able to get quite enough damage out to slow out Schlid, who still did not use his exhaust.
And Slightmore, Saxon, and Octomage are gonna take that bot tower. Bot inhibitor tower goes down pretty handily. Meanwhile, top inhibitor tower goes down to Octomage and Tipable.
It's gonna be triple inhibs here shortly. Double super minion waves in every lane. This game is pretty dunzo.
Curtain call out of I'm dyslexic trying to catch anyone, but just missing everywhere, unfortunately. And Roy just pushes up too far, and this should be game as they clean up 4 kills there.
Report Tipables stealing possible pentakill.
Couldn't get the penta, unfortunate.
Dyslexic went into the fountain, but GG 2-0 over to the side of Tip and the Tipables.
Yeah, anyone you want to nominate this time for MVP this game? I feel like it was...
I think the 12-0 and 2 Ezreal kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. I agree there, definitely. So, this is week 4 of Ascension eSports Dragon League. Random number generator versus Tip and the Tipables. Tip and the Tipables 2-0 random number generator and maintain their standing at the top of the league. This has been an exciting series. Very dominating series by Tip and the Tipables, and like you said, this is why they're number 1. They executed excellent macro gameplay. Made a couple questionable decisions in game 1, but they cleaned up their act in game 2, I think.
Yeah, game 2 was their better of their 2 games for Tip and the Tipables. Still need to do some work on in terms of build path decision making and just more effectively playing around their power points in terms of suffocating the enemy jungle, especially when you're getting those early tier 1s down. However, overall a very well played game on the side of Tip and the Tipables, and I think they're solidly the top team in the league.
Right. So next week, I believe... Oop, I lost my schedule there. I don't have the schedule up. Unfortunate. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Next week, Tip and Tipables are going to end up playing. Well, they still have another game, if I'm not wrong, later tonight. But for their first series, they win the first series for the for week 4. Week 5, they will have 1 series left. So this has been Kane Wolf, alongside Primus as my co-caster, and we will see you next week. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.